last bill, if people want to extend them, obviously now it's going to take Republican and Democratic votes. But Maura, the impact of the president, and I don't know who he's negotiating with, if he's negotiating with Democrats at this point, or if he's negotiating with Republicans on extending the Obamacare subsidies. But when the president says he doesn't want to do it at all, what do Republicans on the Hill think now?
I'm sure they're wondering who it was that within the White House that got his ear last. I think that's really what members have come to realize, is that whoever spoke with the president last tends to have the last say, right? He espouses whatever he heard last. And so unfortunately, they're going to need to do some more conversations within the White House. I think it's important to remember that the subsidies that are being extended are because Obamacare did not work the way that Democrats assured us it would. And so this is the reality that Americans are now facing. They are going to face these premium increases. And the president knows that he has not followed through on his promise to make this golden age of America. And economic standings of Americans around the country are really fraught right now. They're feeling like they are not living, having the best that he promised them. Grocery prices are not down like he promised. Gas prices are not down like he promised. And so that's really what you're seeing play out here. Republicans do need to decide, are they going to stand by Trump no matter what he says as he flip-flops back and forth, or are they going to stand with their constituents and actually come up with a solution and a plan, as is their job in Congress to do?
Maura, on the subject of Thanksgiving, who eats the political cost of no extension of the Obamacare subsidies at this point?
That was very well done, John. But I think right now what happens is I do think that both Republicans and Democrats will be really hearing it from their constituents if things continue to rise.